non-golfers, their impression or image of a golf course is always, oh, they're a water hog and they use all these chemicals and pesticides. And this technology gives us an environmental view and sustainability. And I'm just asking you guys, what have you seen or how do you consider that?
Well, I don't want to speak for Nick, but you know, I personally think we're some of the best guys at protecting the environment with the tools we have in place. And this tool is going to allow us to continue that a lot longer, I feel like. I just think the environmental impact of us getting away from some of the other options that we have is a lot better for us in general.
I know we're going to have fungicide restrictions, chemical restrictions come down the pipeline. It's already happening in California and New York. Water restrictions in the southeast or southwest, where I mean we're blessed where we can pull from a well, but there's going to come a point where they're going to start limiting that, and we're only going to have so much, or we have to quota ourselves where we only run so much per month. It's only a matter of time, really. And that was kind of how I sold it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you think new courses that are being developed and built, the quality of water that's going to be provided to them is going to be very low? And this system should alleviate some of that. Am I correct in that assumption?
I mean, I believe so. I mean, we're dependent on, we're moving to fluent water, which I think is great. It's been around, but it's definitely going to be more and more as we move forward. And this gives us an option of hopefully getting the water the way we want it. That's going to benefit us the most as well. So I think there's a win-win there for both parties, I guess you could say.
Right. Nick, didn't you think it was just interesting when Alan said we can get the water the way we want it? If I'm not mistaken, 5 years ago to the last 30 years, none of us could ever have said that, because we're always stuck with the water we're given and could really never change it.
And especially with effluent water, I mean, you never know what's coming through that pipe at us. It can be super high in some of the cleaners they use. I mean, we've had some where now we're able to monitor the values through the system, where the ORP just skyrocketed one day, and the only thing that turned on was the effluent. So something came through that just skyrocketed it, and you never know what you're going to get.
Right. And with that system, you can monitor and make some adjustments to alleviate the damage.
Yeah. I mean, we had an alarm go off. Probably woke my superintendent up, where it was like, okay, what was that? And we saw the ORP was sky high. So go in and just turn the ozone off, really, because we didn't really know what was causing it. So turn that off. Never saw a change. So like, okay, so it has to be coming from an outside source. It was just coming from the effluent that we were receiving at that point. It lasted probably 4 days, and then went back to normal.
So guys, let's say a superintendent from somewhere in the country called either one of you and said, hey, what can you tell me about the system, or what's good about it? What would you say to them right away without getting too deep?
I think the first thing I'd ask them is, do you get a green up when it rains? And if they say, yeah, it'll definitely help you. Because your irrigation water is already less than rainwater, and most likely it's from the dissolved oxygen, and that kind of gets them tied into it or immediately, and then they start asking some more questions, and I don't know about you, it always ends up being like an hour conversation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think most superintendents are forward thinkers, and like I said, I think we're some of the best managers of the environment. And we're always constantly looking for those things that's going to better that. And this option here, I don't even know if we scratch the surface of what it's really going to do for us.
I believe you're right. I think we're just in the beginning of it.
Mm-hmm.
And you can just tell by the slight changes that have been made in the last year and a half with ozone injection, now pH control. So it's leading us down a road of extreme possibilities, and exciting as well.
In golf, we're just the ones that give data back. I mean, you have the water reclamation guys, you have the hydroponic guys. I mean, there's so many applications for it.
Right. Any plant growth industry could
Mhm.
benefit from this technology. You guys agree?
Oh, absolutely.